Hello guys, I'm Shawnthebro, and we're doing another episode, part 2, of real life versus video games, or video games versus real life. And right now we're doing zombie apocalypses, apocalypse. So basically, I'm playing Dead Rising 3, and we're gonna show some things that are better in video games or better in real life. So let's start off. So better in video games, Dead Rising 3 gets a point here. Combo weapons. Since when can you put a battery, a, a cone, and one of those little electrical things together to make an extremely powerful exploding shout weapon? If you could do that in real life, then that would be so amazing. So unfortunately you cannot, and I feel really bad that you can't. I want to create the first one. And so next, let's go to survivors. So people in real life are just absolutely useless. So in this, it's not much different, but they're a lot better than the two previous games. No, but in all actuality, the first two were tailored around you actually doing everything to help the people, where in this they actually do a lot for you, and you can get them back just so that they can give you a helping hand. But you still don't want to rely on them too much because you don't want them to get killed. But yeah, so people, point for Dead Rising 3. Alright, so what else do we have? Let's go to vehicles. So combo vehicles. If I could create a turret rig, which is the little van with any other small compact car put together, and there's somehow a mounted gun on top of it. That's probably one of the coolest things I can think of, and you cannot do that in real life. At least in like 10 seconds, like Nick does it in. So that's another point for video games. Next, let's go to actual physics of the game. So instead of dying every time you were in an exploding car, or every time you run up to a gas station pump and shoot it with an assault rifle, you just fly back, because who wants to die anyway? You don't want that. So survival point for video games. Now this right here, fitting through there, is hard. Okay, so also the outfits in this game. How could that be worse than real life? It can't be. It's incredible. I'll get out here in a second, and you'll see that there's a superhero kid's costume with a frog jacket and a medieval knight's helmet. So, yeah, clothing, apparel, that wins. Yeah, so let's go to physics real quick again, because we didn't want to die anyway, so let's just stand this close to this vehicle, become a ragdoll, but perfectly fine. So, alright. So now let's go around killing these innocent zombies. Okay, so population. That's another point for video games, because they have millions and millions of zombies in the same place. So I'm sure that you could not, I mean, there's literally infinite, you can't end it, so you can have as much fun as you want, whereas in real life you could not do that. Alright, so weapons like this. Alright, so here we go. Now, player statistics. This is better, because since when can you upgrade your stats in real life this easily? You actually have to go around and work out and run around and stuff, but no one wants to do that, so why don't we just put little tokens in each of the slots and then upgrade our stuff? Because that's the faster, more fun way to do it. Alright, so now that brings us to our next place. So things that involve people knowing you, people understanding who you are. If you walk away and come around to this cutscene, or any cutscene where they recognize you, they know who you are. I have a wrestling mat, a knight helmet, and a frog jacket. How could she possibly know who I am? But that's okay, because that's more fun. It'd be really funny if you were to just get shot in the face as soon as you came in because she didn't recognize you. But, so yeah, people recognizing you. I can't get a haircut without someone not recognizing me. So that's pretty impressive stuff. Apparently getting women is easier in these kinds of situations as well in zombie apocalypses. Because if I was wearing this, then let's just say that would not go well. I can't see that ending positively for me. Yep, see that smile? Okay, so that's one. Next, let's go to creating things out of your mind. So, materialistic items. Just materializing in front of your face. And save points. That's another point for video games. Imagine if you could just save before you took a test or something, and then you would be able to retake it. But yeah, materializing objects and having any of the clothes that you ever wore and being able to create any of the vehicles that you ever created or driven in. How cool would that be in real life? So, if you go to a friend's house and they have a game that you want, you could just ask to hold it, and then when you got back to your house, you could just create it in like 1 second's time, and then you'd be good. Because who wants to go around and buy stuff and find their own stuff to make? No one wants to do that. So we just go hold something from someone else, and then we come over here and just create it at no extra cost. Yeah, and it just all fits in here. You don't even need to bring it there. It's powered by your imagination. Mini chainsaws. So, yeah, how could this go badly? Incoming calls. No, that's not really different in real life or in video games, so I guess that's a neutral point for neither. Alright, so next, let's go to just the actual trauma that you would be put through. You don't have to feel that in a video game. So that's another point for video games, because if you were to have this in real life, it wouldn't be as fun. You'd have your best friends dying around you, your family. You'd be in constant fear. That's not good. Real life is not as fun as you would think. Yeah, so see, materializing vehicles. Imagine if every vehicle you ever stepped foot in, you could just create. And vehicle designs. Yeah, that's another positive. You cannot beat a street sweeper with a big animatronic head on it, where you climb in through the mouth. You suck zombies up and spit out balls of them everywhere. How could you ever beat that? I'd be really, really impressed. So, yeah. But real life does have a few advantages, so let's go over them. One, you can't make a YouTube video in Dead Rising 3. So you could not be watching this if this wasn't real life. The feels are not the same, obviously. And in real life, you probably want to get stuck on random stuff like this, because there's nothing stopping me. Can turn. There we go. Still launch those because we don't want to have those in there. That's kind of pointless. There we go. So, 2 advantages. There's probably some more, but I don't know. This is pretty freaking awesome. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. You decide what is better, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.